parts of your district are in Chicago. They include the South Side. So when you hear this live ball debate of will the National Guard be helpful, won't they be helpful, you've got some in your community saying, yeah, it would free up police. Why are they wrong in your estimation?
Well,
or are they?
Well, they are wrong. And it's what the general function of the Department of Defense, now that he's renamed the Department of War, he is now turning his head away from peace towards war. This is talking about putting the American troops on American soil against American citizens. This is unprecedented. In the name of law and order, he's actually trampling the Constitution from the Posse Comitatus Act of 1887. I mean, he is trampling the rights and is so rich with contradictions and paradox. No, we don't need him to send in military troops. We do need him to send in the resources. He's cut the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and we've got ghost guns that come in from Indiana, come in from other neighboring states. In the city of Chicago, there's not one gun shop, there's not one gun range, there's not one African American that sells ammunition anywhere in the United States. How are children getting guns? Help us solve that problem on how these children are getting our streets flooded with guns.
Well, because we were talking right before we came to this segment about how when we talk about the gun violence that the city of Chicago has seen, some of that happens literally close to home. I mean, in your district. So what are your constituents saying about this issue of crime prevention and what actually might help?
Well, no one wants to see bayonets on the streets of America. When I saw those long armed rifles here in Washington, D.C., it made my heart skip a beat. These officers and these great soldiers, they are trained to defend. They're trained to shoot and kill. They're not trained to deal with civic matters amongst individual constituents. That's what happens at the local order. If the president wants to be helpful, he should ask the governor and the mayor how he can best help. One way you can do it is to release,
what would be the ways to do it?
Well, reducing they've cut back on the money for anti-violence prevention. There were grant programs that were in there. They were working. We respect the police in our city and the troopers in our state. Why don't you talk to them? Why don't you have a summit, convene all the necessary parties? We all have the same goal in mind. I believe so, and that's to reduce violence. But this seems to be a campaign of fear.
I do think that when we talk about this, the other piece, too, is the administration kind of sounds like maybe they're waffling on it now, like they want to do the ICE deportations piece, but not necessarily bring in the National Guard, at least not immediately.
Well, he's waffled on everything. It's on trade agreements, China on, China off, sanction on, sanction off. People are coming in here after April 2nd. They're going to redo the world order on trade. And it's not made America first. It's made America isolated. He's making America go along. So he's backtracking on everything. Then he'll come back and tell us, in 2 weeks now, you're going to see it. It's going to be great. It's going to be big. Give me 2 more weeks. You're going to see. He's doing everything to do mass distraction. There are some legal issues here going on that are personal to him in Washington, D.C. that we don't want to be involved in. And he's looking for another headline to escape his personal responsibility.
You're sort of talking about the politics of distraction around the Jeffrey Epstein case files, and certainly Congress had an update on that. But before we make that turn, I do just want to ask you, because of the waffling and the back and forth, how are you and the governor and other Illinois officials, the mayor, like, are you on a text chain? I mean, how are you all keeping apprised of what each other are hearing and knowing so that you have the most up-to-date information?
Well, I talk to the elected officials all the time. I just happened to bump into Senator Dick Durbin the other day. We all share the same concerns. What's happening now is unprecedented. He is trampling the Constitution. He's overreaching his authority. And all presidents have had the challenge of the restraint of power. How do you protect the nation, yet also let people have liberty? This Chicago Copolis, or whatever he's calling it, he comes from a very, very dark place. Now he's basically calling the American cities the enemy. He's saying that Chicago represents American carnage. Like, what is wrong with this person? We've got millions of tourists that come. There are 77 communities in the city of Chicago. 22 communities have the highest level of violence. Most of the communities in the city of Chicago have no gun violence. And so to paint the whole city is absolutely incredible, and it's wrong.